Good morning, everybody. Hey, if you ain't woke already, you going to be wake on this morning show. Welcome to the Wake and Bake Show. I'm your host, Miss Green Jeans.
And I'm Geechee Greens.
Good morning, Geechee Greens, girl.
Good morning.
Girl, you going to love the title of today's show. Today's show is called...
What's that show?
Today's show is called No Kitty No.
No kitty no.
No kitty no. And they're like, wait a minute. Are you actually going to be talking about cats? Yeah, we're going to be talking about cats because it's some unusual stuff. You know, every now and then you have to take a break from the madness of cannabis laws and cannabis regulations and all that. And just, you know, step outside the realm. Oh, we're going to be talking about cannabis too, but for a second, you know, this one's going to mess you up. I'm just going to be honest with you. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and give... You know what, I'm going to give y'all the rundown. Go ahead and make sure you got that stash box. You going to know, seriously. While I'm talking, go get the box. Because this is going to fuck you up.
Go get the box.
You got to go get the stash box. Go get the blunts, the medibles, the edibles. If you ain't went to the store and got the blunts yet, you got a problem. You should have had backup. Keep papers.
Keep
Whatever.
papers.
Yeah, you keep papers. Listen, because this is my philosophy.
You better go jail and go and get you a newspaper.
No, not the newspaper, Geechee. Oh my God. At least you didn't say the Bible, but we shall continue. Just to say, for instance, your favorite bowl or your favorite bomb break. You got to back up when you got papers, because papers don't break unless you tear them. So with that in mind, go ahead and get whatever you need to get, because trust me, you are not going to want to move when you hear this morning's show. I promise you're going to laugh your ass off. You're going to be like, no, wait a minute. Yes, you're going to go ahead and hit Google, and you're going to hit Wiki, and you're going to hit everything else. But that's all right. You're going to say, you know what? She got us higher today than she ever got us before, because guess what? We don't smoke no regular around here. So get ready, guys. When we come back from this little short musical break, we gonna get into the kitty. And believe me, Kitty got several eyes on this story. We'll be right back.
Rolling up a do when I wake up and contemplate how I'm gonna make bucks. Rent is due soon, I'm pitching. No different, I need to throw a change up. Before you start talking, get your weight up. Same dudes hating, they keep doing the same stuff. Cush loud, say what? We only look down to roll weed and pray up. And blow my smoke to the heavens above. And thank God just for showing me love, for giving me the strength when push came to shove, and making this beautiful bud for real. Roll it up for the good times, pour it out for the bad times. Roll it up for the good times, pour it out for the bad times. Hit my knees and pray, I say goodbye to yesterday. I wake, then I bake, and everything's okay, yeah.
Hopped up out the bed, grabbed my Ziploc. Y'all know my campaign, smoke trees, not rocks. Fell asleep with a dream, came up with a plot. Now I'm bleeding my block off private stock, trying to stack me up $1 million. House on the hill for my wife and my children. Flow non-violent, but I'm talking about a killing. Could've called life or I could've fell a victim, but I ain't never slipping. At night I hit my knees and pray. I try to talk to God, but he can't hear what I say. So if I go before my time, here's my soul to take. But if I get up in the morning, let me bake when I wake.
Roll it up for the good times, pour it out for the bad times. Roll it up for the good times, pour it out for the bad times. Hit my knees and pray, I say goodbye to yesterday. I wake, then I bake, and everything's okay, yeah.
I'm all about feeling great on a day-to-day. Double-fisted red cups, I ain't ashamed to say I'm trying to have the best summer I ever had. Inhale some good, exhale the bad. This is just the way things go first. I wait, then I bake, then I elevate the code. Cause you only get to live life once, but if you do it right, then once is enough. So just remember that whenever times get tough, and keep faith with it, the God we trust. And remember, you can only take it day to day, and everything's gonna be okay. It'll be okay. Hey.
Roll it up for the good times, pour it out for the bad times. Roll it up for the good times, pour it out for the bad times. Hit my knees and pray, I say goodbye to yesterday. I wake, then I bake, and everything's okay, and everything's okay, yeah.
And we back, guys. Hey, I had to bring that one out. I missed that song, Wake and Bake.
Meow.
Oh, girl, get off with the kitty, god dog it. I told you I feel bad about that cat. Come on, man. Well, see, what the story is, all this is going to be cannabis related in the end. Bear with us this morning. It's kind of ironic, you know. I went and made a store run last night, and unfortunately, during the neighborhood, you know, the speed limit was 25, and I was doing maybe about 22, 23 because I had to avoid a car. Here comes this little fur ball of a pretty little black cat. I seen the cat, and I'm thinking he gonna turn around. No, he did not. So,
Oh no!
yeah, look, and you know how you have to look in the rearview mirror, and I seen the little kitten body laying there, and I was just heartbroken. I mean, and this little kitty hollered at me. So this morning when I'm getting up, you know, me and Geechee talking off air, how about she gonna tell me about some cats, and I'm gonna let her tell you about her cat story. So, little black kitty that I hit last night, I'm so sorry, and this show is dedicated to you, kitty. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Kitty. Well, I called because I got a black cat, and and my black cat lives in the house and actually just
Keep
had her
it away
first
from the
litter.
road. It's not good for cars.
No, yeah, she got to stay in the house. But so she just had kittens, and then my daughter is very much infatuated. You know how little kids go, they're infatuated with the cat, and so she really wants to cuddle and hug and love these kittens. And she's like sitting at the edge of the bed, and she's like, Mommy, you think I can pick up the cats? You think I can pick up the cats? And I say, no, because then you might get cat scratch disease.
Did you just say cat scratch disease?
Yeah. Because, you know, cats have, I'm learning all kinds of stuff about cats, because I tell you a story that I learned about cats today, but I knew that cats do have, underneath their nails, they have bacteria underneath their nails, and if they scratch you hard enough, the bacteria can get into your skin, and then therefore it can cause an infection.
Ooh.
Okay, so you know how moms are very protective over their little babies.
Right.
So my daughter don't realize that the cat is super protective right now, you know. So she got to stay away or she might get cat scratch disease.
Yeah.
But this is the other thing that I found out about cats, because cats are quite amazing. Did you know that if you have enough cats, they can release enough pheromones to make you be at their will? They can put a spell on you.
Wow. So that's why the Egyptians were so mesmerized by cats.
Yes, one of the things is because the cat piss releases the pheromones into the air, and the more you smell it, the more you want to do whatever the cat wants you to do.
Bullshit.
I think it's real. You know why?
Why?
Why I think it's real? Because they wouldn't have made a cat piss strain or weed.
But you know what? When I was telling you about that, that's what your response was. You're like, wait a minute. Why would anybody want to smoke something that's called cat piss? And
I didn't believe you until I looked it up.
Please tell them that it does exist. I have smoked it.
It does.
And tell them what it does for them, because I told you to go to Leafly. Leafly is one of my go-tos about strains. So please let them know, Geechee, what cat piss does for you.
The cat piss is a sativa strain of cannabis. It's derived from its pungent, reeking smell that radiates. It's the smell like no other. It doesn't even. It smells worse than cat piss.
Yeah, it does.
This is a strain that is a hated or a loved strain. All right. It's It has a nice, spicy pine aftertaste in your mouth. It doesn't give you a lethargic body high, but it keeps you nice and energized. It will induce hunger, so expect the munchies. And this is a good wake and bake strain.
Yes, it is. And one of my favorites.
Perfect. Right before breakfast.
Yes. That cat piss, I haven't seen it in about 2 years. But when I first came across it myself, and I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all let a cat pee on this shit? That's the first thing, you gotta think about it. Somebody say, I got some cat piss cannabis or cat piss weed. That's the first thing you're gonna think about. Why y'all let all these cats piss on this weed, That's
I know, right? That's the...
And so they broke down the terminology, because, I'm sorry, even though this is what I do every day, I still have that mindset of, wait a minute, I live in the woods and I watch a lot of stuff go on that I didn't know that go on, and y'all really should pay attention to the things that go on in your planet, in your yard. Let me tell you something, it's a show that goes on in y'all yard, you just don't understand. But that's the first thing that ran through my mind. And so when they broke down the science and the technology and everything, and I was cool with it, I got some, and I'm going to be honest with you. I like it. It's a lot of people that don't like it because of the smell alone. You have to be a connoisseur. This is one of those strands that I say, if you come across it, don't get no more than an eighth, because it's a love it or leave it situation. I'm just going to be honest with you. The smell alone, and some people don't like the high. I like the smell. I'm going to tell you right now. I like candles before I even know I'm going to smoke it. Because I'm so serious. That and skunk. It stinks worse than... If you ever had skunk before?
Yes.
Skunk is bad. This is not... Cat piss got skunk beat by a mile.
Wow.
Yes, I'm so serious. And that's what I like about, being a connoisseur of cannabis as well as a patient. I get to sit down and talk to you about and bring up different strains that you didn't know existed, because I love it. I wish I could have taped your reaction.
No, I was like, what? Girl, stop it. Ain't nobody gonna make no daggone strain of weed called cat piss. Yeah. And then I start researching, and I say, it does exist.
Yeah, cat piss
does exist.
Yeah,
and
now
it's pretty potent too. It's actually pretty potent. The cannabinoids and it's the THC in it is up to 12%, where the CBD is 1% in it. So it's really it has a high THC level.
Yeah, it's a very high THC level. But like I said again, it's one of those ones. If you don't like skunk, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't like skunk, you probably won't like cat piss.
Well, I like skunk though. Where he stinks so.
Yeah, he be a funky individual now. She be very funky. Skunk is. But I love the after effects. And for those, can you pull up skunk real quick, and we can let them know, because a lot of people haven't even had skunk yet. Yeah,
and I'm doing some further reading in here, and it's gonna make you laugh since you said that. It says the lineage is somewhat unknown, with only one parent known, and that's the hybrid of skunk is known. So cat piss is a hybrid,
right? What are you doing, Jason? Oh my God!
They said.
What was that?
Skunk.
Yeah, he must have came through the mic, because we just had a horrible sound. Forgive us, guys. I don't know what that was, but let's hope that don't happen again. Woo, that was horrible. But yeah, that's it. That's the only thing. And I hadn't even looked that up yet. So for me to know that skunk, it was a derivative of skunk, tells you my taste buds is really tuned up a lot.
It sure has.
Hey, maybe I'm ready for them cups challenges. Hey, we need to see some females on the panel every now and then doing the high time strains and stuff. Maybe I'm getting to one of those candidates. But what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and let y'all clear y'all throats for a second, because I'll tell you like this here. I know we messed y'all up, but it wasn't a catastrophe. We'll be right back. You're tuned to the Wake and Bake Show.
Yeah.
Needs to get himself some raw papers.
They're hard to learn with though because they're slippery. They are.
They are slippery.
Compared to like blue ones and shit.
They are slippery, but once you get that, like...
Take a breath. Been trying to ignore it lately. Sometimes life can drive me crazy. I stay with my vision hazy. Please don't ask me why. I trip up over nothing. Always down about something. Worried about all the wrong things I can't justify. Why don't we roll up another? I got a lot on my mind. Tonight get high and discover. That's why you gotta puff, puff, pass. Relax a little bit, take a breath and exhale. Just puff, puff, pass. Cause once you get a hit, you won't really care about whether you're rich or if you're broke. Watch your worries go up in smoke and just puff, puff, pass. Relax a little bit, take a breath and exhale. Get a bit cross-faded, don't know what the vibe is later, but I brought the rolling papers if you want to get high. I'm over stressing out, so don't wait, the time is now. Gotta get up to get down, so if that's what you like, why don't we roll up another? I got a lot on my mind. Tonight get high and discover. That's why you gotta puff, puff, pass. Relax a little bit, take a breath and exhale. Just puff, puff, pass. Cause once you get a hit, you won't really care about whether you're rich or if you're broke. Watch your worries go up in smoke and just puff, puff, pass. Relax a little bit, take a breath and exhale. Take a breath and exhale. Just puff, puff, pass. Cause once you get it, you won't really care about whether you're rich or if you're broke. Watch your worries go up in smoke and just puff, puff, pass. Relax a little bit. Take a breath. Take a breath. That's why you gotta puff, puff, pass. Relax a little bit. Take a breath and exhale. Just puff, puff, pass. Cause once you get a hit, you won't really care about whether you're rich or if you're broke. Watch your worries go up in smoke and just puff, puff, pass. Relax a little bit, take a breath and exhale.
And we back. Hey, I don't know, but Geechee, I'm gonna tell you like this here.
Yeah.
That puff puff pass kind of work right about now, won't it?
Yeah, it will.
Mhm.
It'll work right about now.
Mhm.
We puff puff passing
Yeah.
as we reading some literature going on in here.
All right. I'm finna light up right now. There
Okay.
you go. Look at
Did you know that Louisiana is LSU rejects to propose a marijuana agreement, but begins expanding plant production while challenging the state apartment authority.
Huh?
So it seems that the LSU Agricultural Center has expanded its medical marijuana production,
Right.
even as it rejected an agreement from the state agricultural department outlining the conditions needed to do that, and called into question an extent of regulatory power that the agency has over the program. The proposal deal gave permission for the GB scientists under supervision of LSU Ag Center to move marijuana plants into 2 rooms of its main facility on South Baton Rouge, effective expanding its production. Only if it met 2 certain regulatory conditions outlining in the deal. LSU rejected those conditions according to this letter. In the letter, the LSU Ag Center coordinator Ashley Mullins wrote that the proposed memorandum of understanding exceeds their authority, and Louisiana Department of Ag regulates that, which regulates the growing of medical marijuana. So she says,
bring in the lawyers.
The GB scientists have been producing a limited amount of marijuana in a smaller, temporary pod-like structure, while its full regulatory approvals are pending. And because it has not been able to expand into full production facility, the marijuana has not reached the shelves of state licensed pharmacies. In other words, they need to expand in order for them to get it out.
Yeah, they've had a program now for going into its 2nd year, but on the regulatories and everything has been really, 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 really dragging ass. You think Florida's slow? Oh no, welcome to Louisiana, where things are really slow there. Woo!
Louise and Anna.
Honey, they Louise and ease their way on in it. And you ain't cat-kitting around this morning. How about we still in the no kitty, no face because LSU has a tiger in it. This cat is hunting me, man.
Black cat said, I'm right here, bitch. I'm right, sure.
I didn't think about it until when you said LSU, and I'm like, I seen that damn tiger. I'm like, holy shit.
That's right. LSU did have a tiger. Oh yeah, that's right. LSU and the tiger.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes.
Well, did you know that in Cannabis Forward, I found an article in Cannabis Forward. It says we're currently looking for 2, 3, or 4 patients to volunteer to participate in an awareness campaign in Greenville, South Carolina. They're really trying to promote, I guess they're creating a new campaign to help push the information in Greenville, upstate South Carolina, because the South Carolina bill is in stallment right now. So
yeah, it is stalled. They're trying to let the clock run out on it, and so what they're doing is, I seen that yesterday as well come across my page, and I'm waiting to, I might go ahead and volunteer and do that, because they're asking for people to volunteer to have their story put out there, their picture published. They want a picture of you, and you're talking about your conditions. So yeah, I'm seriously considering it. I just don't have a good picture. I haven't taken one in a long time, so I need to update my portfolio.
Well, I'm gonna be, as I'm gonna put on my marketing eyes and say, if they really want to pull some heartstrings, they need some children in them videos, and they need some children with conditions, because they want to get on some heartstrings. That's what it's gonna be.
They're asking for all ages. They're asking for all ages. And can you give that contact information out, please? Because this is really important. Because for those who don't know, South Carolina currently has only CBD. And we have a bill, but it's stalled in legislature. They got a whole bunch of who, what, when, where, and whys. And this is the most strictest bill that is out anywhere. Okay. Although I personally don't care for the bill, but at the end of the day, we got to have something here to help these children with epilepsy.
Yeah, that's true.
We're keeping that in mind. We need to pull together, and if you know somebody that lives in South Carolina that can have no problem with their face being shown, we would definitely appreciate it, because this is a worthwhile cause. Because without this bill, we have to wait another year before we can bring another one before legislature again. And some people we've already lost waiting on bills. So
yeah,
if you got a story, if
people's
you have a
lives
child,
are here
adult, a
in limbo.
veteran, you know, whatever, I will be personally myself. I'm gonna be sending my information in as well, to be one of those people, you know. But I would prefer a child to take my place.
Oh, yes.
I would.
Well, let me
prefer
give them a
child
little
to take
bit of
my place.
information out there so that they can write it down. Get your pens and paper. If you want to participate in the awareness campaign, volunteers of any age, race, and gender identity. Volunteers must be willing to be photographed and their images used in public ad campaign. The photo shoot will be taking place in Greenville on Sunday. The date will be announced, possibly in March 31st is the date that they're looking at. If you're interested in participating, please send a photo of yourself and the name of the medical condition in which you need cannabis to Emily at cannabisford@gmail.com. That's CANNABISFORWARD@gmail.com. Entries via Facebook messengers will not be accepted. So let's repeat. Please send in your photograph and their name and your condition to Emily at cannabisford@gmail.com. I hope it works.
I do too, and I've already shared it on my Facebook page. I'm going to also share it to Miss Green Jean's page as well, and I'm going to see if I can talk to Emily and get her permission to share it on Instagram as well and Twitter. So, yeah, Emily does a lot of great things. I've worked with Emily for many of years, and she does a pretty good job on her campaigning. She really does. And I know Emily is doing this from the heart right about now. And good morning, Emily. You made the show today and didn't know. Haha, I got you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the thing here in the cannabis industry. We share and share alike. If I got you got scenario, for a lot of people that don't know, we're real close knit, especially if we know one another in the industry. What I mean by as far as business owners, host the different shows, i.e. whatever. And we have a certain commitment to professionality, and we don't break that code. Just keep that in mind. If you're dealing with a true professional in cannabis, they never break the code. And I'm going to leave it at that. So, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and head into this break, because that's a little serious note for you. You're in tune to the Wake and Bake Show. We'll be right back.
We gonna start this thing alright. Groove all in the money logging out. Come on, come on. Hey, do it, baby, take it, baby. Hey, do it, baby, take it, baby. Hey, do it, baby, take it, baby. Hey, do it, baby. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you now. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you now. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you.
You got a lot to be smiling for. So what the you be wildin' for? Come on, I get my grin on. I'm smiling, bitch, cause I always get my win on. I've been on so many different stages, graced the cover of 100 magazine pages, made people smile everywhere that I went. I even put it on the first black president. It's evident I'm hot as a crock pot, with a big ass smile like Mr. Hot Spot. You got a lot to be smiling for. So what the you be wildin' for? If you're breathing, you achieving. We having fun this evening, believe it.
I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you now. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you now. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you.
Put your middle fingers much care. We finna get another bag this year. My ex, you can have that there. Hey, this year, bad vibes get cut off. More trips, new chicks with no draws. More drinks, more smoking, more cars. More shows with Duval and Snoop Dogg. Look, I ain't tryna throw no shade, cause I can't see them in my lane. As long as my rent getting paid, I can care less with a big thing, huh? You in the club every night with no job, eating good off your food stamp card. You made a killing last year off fraud. If you know you ain't going to work tomorrow,
I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you now. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you now. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you now. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you now.
You got a lot to be smiling for. So what the f you be wildin' for? If you're breathing, you achieving. We having fun this evening, believe it.
It's your anniversary, isn't it? And your man ain't acting right. So you packing your dummy gear luggage up, calling my cell phone, trying to catch a flight. You know one thing straight, I'll be there, girl, whenever you call me. When you at home, that's your man. Soon as you land, you say it's all me. Cause shit ain't all G with him no more, you ain't entertained. Since I met you a couple months ago, you ain't been the same. Not saying I'm the richest man alive, but I'm in the game. As long as you keep it 100, I'ma spin this chain. Whenever you need me, whenever you want me, you know you can call me. I'll be there shortly. Don't care what your friends say, cause they don't know me. I can be your best friend, and you be my homie. I ain't gon' flex, I'm not gon' front. You know if I ball, then we all gon' stunt. Send her my way, she ain't gotta hold up. Whenever you call, baby, I'll roll up.
When you're under the influence of marijuana and you choose to get behind the wheel, you know it's wrong. So if you don't listen to your instincts, think about your fellow passengers. Or think about the other people on the road. Even the unexpected ones. And if you don't think about them,
you'll answer to us. Drive baked, get busted.
The devil went to Jamaica. He was looking to sell some weed. He was doing fine. They were standing in line. It was excellent weed indeed. When he came across this young man who was likewise peddling pot, and the devil slid down the beach to the kid and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. I guess you kind of figured I'm a reefer head, of course. And after all this time, I guess that I'm a connoisseur of sorts. Now, your stuff smells okay, but this could tranquilize a horse. I'll bet $1 million in cash against your stash, because I think mine's better than yours." The boy said, "My name's Johnny, and you ain't smoked nothing yet. One hit of this grass will kick your ass. You got yourself a bet. Johnny, roll a ball of hash and make sure it's the bomb, because the devil's got the kind of stuff they smoked in Vietnam. You'll get 1 million smackaroos in cash if you can cope, but if you can't, the devil will get your dope." The devil packed a bong with a little Acapulco gold, and resin flew from his fingertips as he fired up his bowl. He filled that chamber all the way, and he took a mighty hit. And as they passed it back and forth, it gave them both a coughing fit. When the bowl was finished, Johnny said, "Hey man, that stuff was great, but fill your lungs with some of this and prepare to vegetate. Cannabis sativa, sweet Mary Jane. The devil's in the backyard frying his brain. Zigzag filled with a diggity dank. Hold on tight, it'll hit you like a tank." The devil nodded off because he knew that he was stoned, and he asked if he could buy an ounce of the stuff that Johnny owned. Johnny said, "Devil, just come on back if you ever want to catch a buzz. I done told you once, you son of a bitch, mine's the best there ever was." And they fired up doobies one by one. Ain't it gonna stop till the bag is done. Green as a bullfrog, sticky as glue. Granny, do you get high? Yes, I do.
And we're back. Yes, boy. I wish I was hanging out with them, going down in Jamaica right about now, getting some cannabis. Oh, yes, indeed. Boy, you make the devil break down. You know that's some strong stuff. That must have been that cat piss he was dealing with.
All right.
Hey, girl, I'm telling you, that cat piss is something else. Unfortunately, I ain't
that
got none.
cat piss is something else. It gets you moving.
Yeah, it does. Speaking of getting you moving, girl, how about I was on the break talking with you and you thought I was kidding? If y'all didn't know yet, just like when the slaves was free from the South, we always a little bit late on stuff. How about Georgia? How about Georgia has passed the medical marijuana bill, ladies and gentlemen?
Woo!
Georgia.
Go Georgia. Go Georgia.
Georgia. The whole day through with that old sweet song. With Georgia on my mind. Yeah,
only on my mind because I could ride through the state puffing.
Hold up, Geechee. Like I said.
I just joking.
We don't need the popo hat. I don't know. Hey,
I just joking.
Check this out. It says a low form of THC. So we're going to put the call out to the Canamedic. Canamedic has been on our show before to explain this bill in its entirety. If not the Canamedic, we're going to be reaching out to Coach Smoke. If not Coach, we're going to go ahead and hit Lil Joe. So we have 3 good resources out there. So if any of y'all is listening, Coach,
listen
69
up.
Smoke. The Canamedic. We are paging the Canamedic. Also, Lil Joe, we know you on your job right now, but hit a sister up because I know 1 or 3 of y'all are listening this morning. Yeah, so those 3 individuals there are on the ground constantly with the marijuana movement, should say cannabis movement, in the state of Georgia.
That's right.
Yeah, let's correct that real quick. I don't like using the word marijuana for the simple fact it's a derogatory, it's a made up word first and foremost, and it's so derogatory and it has so many derogatory meanings behind it. So I try not to use it, but that's what most of the bills are called. We have tried, the state of Florida is actually doing it now. They're using cannabis instead of marijuana. Go, Florida, go. So, hey.
Go, Florida, go.
That's it.
Well, this is great because Micah Garvey of Douglasville is a Republican representative, and he's the one that put the bill out. It's Garvey's bill. And he said, I couldn't be more proud. Garvey's proposal would allow patients who already can possess low-potency marijuana oil to have access to the product. It simply would provide an opportunity for the patients to access safe oil without breaking federal law. Go ahead, man. It makes sense, don't it?
Yeah,
incurring those extremely high costs of traveling from one to another state and getting a product that they are not 100% confident in how it was made or where it was made.
Yeah. That's
Go ahead. He's saying something that we say.
That's right. Somebody's listening.
So Garvey's bill would close the loophole created by the state's 2015 medical marijuana law that allowed patients to possess the drug but provides no real way to obtain it. It's currently illegal to grow, process, buy, sell, or transport medical marijuana oil in the state of Georgia. So how they pass the bill, but he's still illegal? Shut up, Giovanni. It's Georgia.
Okay, let me tell you something. It's the state of Georgia. I remember when they passed that bill, and I asked the same damn question. How the hell? So we had people coming from Georgia here in South Carolina and North Carolina both was buying oil, but the problem is when they're taking the oil back, some of the oil was not the best in the world, and we all know this. Because I've did several shows on CBD oil. So Georgia got smart about the shit and said, wait a minute. We can be getting this money that's going out of state. We can make our own. So kudos to you, Georgia, for having the common sense to say we're going to stop this madness right now. We're not going to let no more money be leaving our state, and we're not going to leave our patients lagging because some people just couldn't even get out the state. They was being swindled because they was getting it sent through the mail. People was getting arrested time they open their door and open the package. So good job, Georgia.
Good job, because Garbly says this measure would grant 10 licenses to grow and manufacture the drug in Georgia, and it could create as many as 50 retail locations. Okay, go ahead, Georgia. Talk about what they trying to do.
Small number. I'm not being picky. I'm happy for Georgia because, like I was telling you out the air, I have family members that will benefit from this program there in the state of Georgia. However, I do have to question this. 10 grow facilities in the state of Georgia seems really small. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's tiny.
That's not gonna cover. That 10 would not cover Atlanta if you think about it.
Well, no, it won't really. But you're talking about one of the Bible Belt states here.
I understand this.
All right, and you're talking about people who passed the bill in 2015 to allow people to have prescriptions for miracle marijuana, but then gave them no opportunities on how to get the product, travel with the product, or even provide the product. So I think with the bill being on a small level, it was easy to get through.
Yeah. So
versus compete, because with South Carolina bill is much wider and bigger, and it stalls for 2 years. Not through judgment.
Well, it's stalled currently right now. So stalled 2 years because it stalled last year, and here we go stalling again this year. And we both know what happens to bills in the state of South Carolina that stalls, they die.
We all know what happened to stalling. That's a little.
Wow, we are full of history this morning, aren't you?
Little history joke.
Let me tell you something. Cannabis has an effect of knowing knowledge. It
does.
It truly does. So people, just Geechi's in her moment this morning. You're just.
Oh, and I'm reading this right here while I'm finishing up reading Garvley's bill. Because I'm nosy or whatever.
No,
but it says that they're going to create an 11-man oversight board, a committee, to review the license applications and to regulate the program within the public health system, right? Department of Public Health. The proposal would require the board members to have at least 2 minority business owners in Georgia. So at least they pushing for at least 2 minority.
Good.
At least 2. At least 2 they got them on the books. But they said the committee also expanded the licenses to ban anyone that had a past felony drug-related conviction. That's what it says. So Garvey said he's considered the committee's changes to be effective compromise. In other words, if you used to sell drugs in the past, marijuana, if you used to grow it illegally, you are not allowed to purchase get a license in the state if you've been convicted.
Once again, hands tied behind our backs.
Hands tied. Now that right there, I just think is injustice, because to me, people who have been growing for years under the radar has a lot of experience when it comes to processing and creating a successful product, because they've been doing it for so long.
Exactly.
So I would think people want to take that in consideration.
Something has to be changed with these bills, with them coming up with this, because South Carolina's going to be the same way. You're going to be losing, then that means you're going to be bringing people in from other states. We don't know what in the hell they did.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You're going to have people shifting, just like what happened in the West Coast. You have California full recreation, and then slowly you got Colorado opening up their doors. So you got people who migrated from California to Colorado. And now you got people moving from California all the way here to North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yes,
because they see what's going on. And that gives the people an opportunity who already in it to move. But then the people who haven't had the opportunity or chance, they're still being, it's like they're not having a full equal opportunity or chance to get into the industry.
No, they're not. And that's something I want to definitely focus on and talk about. Because right now in the state of Florida, we have that situation going on. We have somebody from the state of Tennessee that's on the board there and don't know nothing. They got to read up on cannabis. When they have qualified people right there in the state of Florida that we could have, filled that job. I'm just saying, for those who are listening, right. And I understand, I don't understand. That still wraps around my mind is this situation here when you have qualified people in the state, and one of the rules that was in the Constitution starting this whole mess was they had to live in the state. That's why I'm not currently working in the state of Florida, because I was following the rules. I'm not going to lie on my application and say I live at 123 Palm Street in Wachachookie, Florida. And then y'all going to turn around and do totally opposite of what you say. So what's the purpose in having the bill again? And why people that's over everything not doing what they said they were going to do? That's all I'm saying.
That's because I just think it's because, once again, they want to curtail the industry to only a certain amount of people really being involved so that they can stay in front of the 8 ball, so they can stay in front of the curve, so they can stay in the control factor. So they really don't want everybody to have the opportunity to do it.
No. And that's so true.
At all.
But
however,
I personally don't want to work at the state level. I'm just speaking in behalf of people that I knew that was well qualified for the position. I know at least 7 off the top of my head. I'm not calling out names or anything because it's a done deal, but it still burns my bra about that. So yeah, I guess it's like Ms. Green, you should let that go. It's kind of hard to let go knowing that in the state of Florida we need the professional people. We need them everywhere. Okay, let's be honest about it. But my personal axe grinding here today is about some things that's going on in Florida. Now, speaking of Florida, and this is gonna be the last talk of the day, by the way, guys, because we're at the 48-minute mark. Florida's going wreck. We talked about this. But this is the impact, and I want my people from Florida to listen very carefully. And until this bill is signed or passed, whatever date it is, I'm gonna be telling you the good, the bad, and the ugly about what's about to hit my home state. And for all these people that are listening, that are thinking about moving to Florida, you might want to listen to this too. Like in Colorado, like in Oregon, well, California was high as fuck in the first place, so we don't count them. I'm going to use Colorado for example because I lived it and breathed it. When you make recreational cannabis legal in the state, you're opening up a wormhole of problems with your lower income people. Because rent is going to go up, property value is going to go up, you're going to hurt the senior citizens in the process. So when I go to look at this bill, I'm going to take time to look at it today, and I'm going to talk to some people in Florida about this because this affects my family as well. That's already in the state, so you better believe I'm on top of this. I'm just not wanting the seniors to be hurt. And I don't know how much thought has been put into this. But FYI, if you're looking to buy in Florida, you need to buy before this bill passes. That's all I'm going to say. I'm so honest about it.
Well, I think I have to agree with you on that. My personal feelings toward it as well. So I'm a big advocate, and I tell people all the time. In my world, recreation marijuana is preventative. It's preventative medicine. You know, and I do that. But however, I don't advocate for states to legalize it in a recreational manner until we get all our regulations down, until we get all our statutes down, until we understand all the effects of it. We really just need to focus on medical. Because when you can get medical in, you can get a priority. When you just, I think when you start moving, and it's just me personally, I think when you focus on medical right now, you actually can create better industries, a different job plan, a lot of different things. Not saying that recreation doesn't do that. It does. It brings brings a lot of jobs in, a lot of different types of industries in as well. But I just think when people focus on recreation, they lose focus on medical. And when they lose focus on medical, then they don't see all the residual effects. Like you said, when you bring in recreation, then people thinking, okay, everybody's going to increase in their monies, everybody's pay is going to go up, everybody's going to be able to afford it because everybody's going to technically be selling. When that necessarily is the truth.
No.
So I too agree with you as well. That, you know, maybe we need to look at focusing on the medical side of things just right now. I'm not saying we don't need to do recreation just yet. I'm just saying we need to focus right now on medical because we really have a lot of priorities, and it is a very much a public health issue. And so we need to get it under wraps, you know, and it is a medical issue, and we need to get people's health in order. So as I made a joke, yeah, we can do recreation, but all you doing is preventing you preventing glaucoma from coming. You know what I'm saying? Right. Versus the child that has epilepsy, you know, who can't eat because she stays so nauseous and she can't get her food down, you know, and she losing weight all the time, and they have to give her IVs and inject food into her. You know, that I think that is much more of a serious case. You know, and I ain't knocking nobody for recreation. I don't knock the states because I done lived in California. Got my card, as expensive as that shit was.
Ooh, that's another show in its entirety talking about those medical cards. Because I got mine from Colorado, so I understand. So this is the point as we getting ready to close on this one because we got exactly 7 minutes left. Geechee, is this. You're in California, me in Colorado. We both lived that life. So we know the pitfall and the downside, especially of being of African American descent.
Yep.
So I think that we're going to be talking about this even more. And before anybody say, well, you being a Debbie Downer, no, I'm being a Debbie Thoughter.
Yeah.
I'm just preparing my people.
Yeah, be prepared because...
I'm getting you prepared. And when I come to Florida, please come out to Indo-Sesh. Because I'm going to go...
Yes, come on down.
I'm going to get more deep into detail about this. Because this affects everybody in the state. I don't care if you live in Tallahassee all the way down to the Florida Keys. This is something that you really, really should take heed and pay attention to. Not that it sounds like the plague is coming or anything like that. I just want you to be prepared. Because some people going to look at it like that. Because if you go back and read some of the horror stories in Colorado and California alone, think about it. We had the slumlords come out in traumatic fashion. Matter of fact, we just gonna save that for tomorrow's show because that'll be in overdrive today if I talk about it. We're just gonna continue that on tomorrow's show about Florida and how it can be affected because this area is a series within itself. And believe me, I have so much I can tell you, which I will. So stay tuned tomorrow morning because I'm finna give y'all a history lesson about Florida. And the impact that recreation cannabis can bring to it. In fact, it's going to bring jobs. It's going to bring a wave of jobs, and it's going to bring a wave of problems. We're going to talk about that on tomorrow's shows. So, Geechee,
more money, more problems.
Yeah, it's going to bring a lot. So, Geechee, we're going to close the show out like this. From me and Geechee, we're going to say peace and happiness to you. Be safe.
Peace and happiness.
Be safe, be careful, And I got one question for you. Are you awake yet? If not, stay tuned. You think today's show was some shit? Wait till tomorrow. We got something for your ass. Talk to you. Talk to you later.
Bye, peoples.
Bye.
Peace.
And we do it that way.
Smoking loud in the nighttime, getting high up in the street. Is it right? Oh, I don't know, but it feels so good to me. I get so high, can't feel my arms, but I can feel you by my side, girl. Break you down like I had fun, and then we reach the sky, and we're getting high. Baby, bring the rolling paper high, because I roll it that thing, and we're getting high. Only 'cause it's human nature, and we do it that way. Smoking loud in the nighttime. So much smoke up in the air. See that girl? She knows I'm sparking. She wants to join my side, and we're getting high. Rolling paper high, because I roll it that way, and we're getting high. Only 'cause it's human nature, and we do it that way. I like rolling this way, I like smoking this way.